Hey, what's up? Like, totally time for 90210.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is not the 90210 show.
What?
It's Massive Late Fee. Oh, April Fools.
What is happening?
It's an April Fool's Day joke, Carol. Our famous April Fool's Day joke.
Oh.
It is 902.
You got
It
me.
is the 90210 show.
You got
My
me.
name is Mark. With me, as always,
very confused.
is my wife, Carol. How
Hey,
are
what's
you?
up?
Not much. It's April 1st. It is April 1st, 1999.
No,
It's April Fool's Day.
I'm sorry. Are you sure?
Yes.
What
an elaborate April Fool's Day prank that would be if it wasn't April Fool's Day today.
It does not feel like April Fool's Day.
It could be because we record this like a day early because we watch these on tape because we're not fully caught up yet. Once we're fully caught up, then it will be. But this is April 1st, everyone. It's April Fool's Day.
It is not April 1st. It's April fucking 3rd.
What are you talking about?
Monday, when 90210 show releases, is April 3rd.
What day is today?
Like the actual day we're recording?
Yes.
The 28th.
Okay, now do the math. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 29, 30, 31, 1st.
I want to see a calendar.
Okay. Let me pull out my fucking paper calendar for you to see.
Please do, sir.
Okay.
Oh, that's not.
Yeah, that's the wrong month.
Okay.
It's funny when you look at the wrong month. Do you see that? Do you see that? Do you
Yeah.
see that?
I want to see April.
Okay, here's April.
Okay. Fine.
Jesus Christ.
You win.
Wow, this was... Did you guys enjoy this? This 2-minute and 40-second debate on what the day is today? Happy April Fool's Day. You thought you were turning into a good episode of 90210, but you turned into the worst episode of 90210.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Carol,
Yes.
you say goodbye, and I say hello.
Is that the name of this
That's
episode?
the name of the episode. Hello, hello. I don't know why Valerie says goodbye. Dylan says hello.
Spoilers.
That's what happens in this episode, everyone.
I hate it. I hate that Valerie's leaving. She was my favorite. Like, I didn't really realize it.
Oh my God, you hated her so much at some point. Remember when you called her a whore
Yes.
for wanting to be with Dylan or whatever?
Yes. But, yes. I'm just remembering it.
Oh my God.
I think I said she was like, you
Oh,
know,
I
going
see.
out and like
Right.
trying to get
Because she was
boys
trying
or whatever. Yeah.
She was trying to get,
yeah.
She went out looking for it.
Yeah. How dare she? But no, seriously, like she was my favorite character. Like I did not
She was my
realize
favorite
it
character too.
until she was leaving, but she was like the most interesting and dynamic.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be all the superficial blondes. I don't like it.
Now she's going to go live with Michelle Williams.
And this means that Kelly is going to get two men interested in her again, which she does not deserve.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she is.
She should not be the subject of a love triangle again.
She's going to be beating off two guys with this. Well, no.
Oh, my.
No, wait a second, everybody.
Watch it there, sir.
Hold your fan fiction.
What
She's,
the hell? Fan fiction.
she's going to be, yeah, that exists.
I mean, my friend Claudette and I used to write. We used to write.
Fuck, why you are? Go ahead.
We used to write some stories about 90210, but I didn't know that like that was like a thing.
Yes, it's a thing.
Wow.
I think it's a thing we've referenced before.
Okay.
Sometimes people write it and they put it online.
I wonder if anybody's ever written fan fiction about us. That would be creepy.
Oh my God!
Please don't do that.
Don't send in fan fiction about us. What are they going to say too? Because from my experience, fan fiction on those those live blogs or whatever, the ones you can find on the internets. They're all like sexual in nature. For 90210, it'd just be like, people having threesomes and stuff like that. But what we're already having sex. Spoilers, everybody. We're married. So it's like, what could they say?
I don't know. I'm not going to come up with it and put it out there in the
Remember
world.
when we talked about mermaids and what you could do with mermaids and what you couldn't do with mermaids?
Yeah.
There, you could. So Carol could be a mermaid.
Oh, God.
Or I could be a merman. Or we
Okay.
could be mer people. We're merfolk.
So,
Oh my god, you guys want to talk about Magic the Gathering now?
what the fuck is happening?
Merfolk made me think of Magic the Gathering.
I don't think I've ever had an episode be this off the rails before.
No.
No.
You've never had?
No.
Like you're in charge of this thing? Alright, go ahead.
Okay.
You say goodbye, I sell him. I slop.
You sell? What are you selling there, sir?
Somebody else says hello too, by the way. Valerie's replacement says hello.
What the fuck? They put
And-
another new person in the fucking intro.
Just immediately. And they put Dylan in the intro immediately.
Wait, he was in the intro?
He was.
His name, not his physical body.
His physical body was in there.
He was?
Yes.
I missed that shit.
Yes, and it was like, hey, special guest star.
So I don't understand. They put him in the intro, but then they're saying special guest star. How long is he staying?
I don't know.
I mean, he's in
Because
the intro,
when they asked
but he's
that-
a guest star.
When they asked that question, his response was, I
I
don't
don't know.
I was given an open-ended contract.
Right? I will
Fine.
stay until the blondes piss me off again. I want to know where Brenda is. So at the very end of the episode, since we've gotten there already, Dylan shows up, but without Brenda. Where the fuck is Brenda?
Well, and they ask him, too, and he's like, he goes, why don't you call her? So I don't know exactly what's going on with that situation, but that, I mean, okay, so Dylan comes back. All we have to do, because it's such a... It's a big thing that happens in the episode, but it's such a minor part of the episode.
It happens at the very end.
Yeah, because we get 2 seconds of him, and somebody's like, you just missed Valerie. It's like, okay.
Oh, God, him and Valerie.
He's like, I saw her at craft services. It's okay.
I was about to say him and Valerie would have hit it off, but yeah, they already did. They already
Had
knocked-
sex. That's
yeah.
why That's why you called her a hussy.
They already knocked some boots, yeah.
But so yeah, they say that, and then they say all the other stuff we said about Brenda, and then he just eye fucks Kelly for 35 seconds.
Who, since we're doing the episode in reverse, apparently, was just kissing the lawyer.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
And the lawyer's all like, who's that? And she's like, it's our friends. Have you seen your old friend's penis? He says.
I mean, it's very obvious. It's very, very obvious.
Anyway, so go ahead.
Like, they may as well just have written on their faces, we fucked before.
Right. But so that's all that happens with Dylan. But who do you want to talk about? Where do you want to go? Because there's some stuff that happens.
There's a lot of stuff that happens in this episode. I guess Noah.
Noah.
He's not Willow. What the fuck are you doing?
I don't know. I was trying something out. It didn't work.
It did not. So he is doing like lit on fire shots off the bar. Isn't this his bar?
Lit on fire shots is what they're called.
Isn't he at the After Dark?
I believe he's supposed to be at the After Dark, yes.
So like they're pouring out like 100 proof alcohol on the bar.
What's this, wood grain alcohol?
Well, I mean it has to be able to be lit on fire.
I was thinking of 200 proof, sorry. 200 proof would be pure alcohol.
Oh yeah, no, but I mean it's got. I think 100 proof. I think it has to be 100 proof to light on fire. I could be wrong, but
That's probably true. That means it's half alcohol by volume. So
they've got this little trail of alcohol leading up to the shots, and they light the shots on fire, and then he blows it out and does it. First of all, can't you burn your mouth? Like even if you blow it out, like it was just on fire. Isn't that hot?
you would think so. Although, really, wouldn't it just evaporate a lot of the alcohol?
I don't know.
Because that's what lighting it on fire does. That's why you can cook with like red wine and still feed it to people of any ages, because as you're cooking it, what's left is the sugar and the syrupy stuff, because that's what doesn't evaporate, but the alcohol evaporates. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see any advantage to them being on fire. It's a very caveman thing, I think. It's just like, oh, drink fire.
Well, I mean, it's definitely showing off, but I feel like it's the alcohol showing off. Look how look how hot I am.
The alcohol.
I'm on fire. I'm so strong I can burn.
Oh my God. Have you become an agent for alcohol? What's going on?
Maybe. So he's doing all these shots.
Yeah.
And then the next thing we know, he's behind the wheel of his car.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing, man?
Why is he driving a shitty Jeep?
That's a good question. Wasn't he driving a shitty Jeep always, though?
I guess.
He's just a shitty Jeep kind of guy, just like he was living on a fucking boat forever.
He really does give off shitty Jeep guy vibes, doesn't he?
But we see him like he's falling asleep behind the wheel. He loses control and hits something. We don't see what.
It fades to black and goes
With the Muppet face, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He waves his hands in the air in that boneless way that Muppets do. Ah!
Oh my goodness! And then
Fozzie Bear comes out and says, "Looks like Noah's wrecked. Waka waka."
In the morning, Valerie finds him sleeping at the bar, like just passed out with his head on the bar. And she's like, "Oh, so great that you decided to stay here. That was really smart because there was an accident down the road."
There was a hit and run down the road.
Yeah.
Some kid's been plastered.
Like, he literally is passed out sitting in a bar stool at his bar. Mm-hmm. And you're congratulating him for making good life choices?
Right, no shit.
Like, I don't get that.
And he goes out and looks at his Jeep and it's fucking wrecked.
Yeah.
The side of it's all broken up and stuff.
So he's sure he did it. He's sure he did the hit and run, and now he feels, terrible.
I was pretty sure he didn't do it.
Yeah, you said it right away. You're like, it wasn't him.
Because they didn't show it.
Yeah. Well, and
plus they can't have someone kill a kid.
And they can't have real life consequences in the show.
Exactly.
So, but the kid in the hit and run does die.
Yeah.
He goes to see them, sits at their bedside, and they die.
Yeah. Not right there. He doesn't open his eyes and go, "Oh my God, a Muppet," and dies of an aneurysm.
That would have been hilarious.
He stays in a vegetative state or whatever and then dies.
Yeah. So then he's, doing more shots, and Donna's coming up to him like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "The kid." Oh, because he tells Donna what he did.
Yeah. He
goes to her. He's got this big old bruise on his head.
The ever fading bruise. Like, that bruise is there for a while. It's like he smeared some eggplant on his face. But that bruise is there for a little bit. Then it's gone, like completely gone.
Yeah.
One day when he wakes up, and in pictures that we'll get to, that he takes just mere hours before that, it's there. So it's like, you just slept that bruise off. I noticed that. It's like it's a small nitpicky continuity thing, but it was stupid.
It's annoying, for sure.
Let him have the bruise for the entire episode.
Yeah, why not?
Take him to HMU and hair and makeup, and have him have the bruise for the entire episode.
They didn't want to pay overtime for the makeup.
I guess not. I don't know.
So, yeah, he tells Donna what he did. He's like, "Oh my gosh, help me. I can't believe I did this.
I'm a fucking terrible person."
Yeah.
And then he goes to the police.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not until he finds out the kid died.
No, he does.
Oh, he went to the police first? Okay.
Yes.
So, and that's probably because she told him to.
Yeah, well, she comes in there with him, and she's like, "You're doing the right thing. You're owning up to this."
But that's stupid. Like, the damage is done. I mean, just like with Valerie, your dad's already dead. Why do these people keep wanting to run into the police station and be like, "Arrest me"?
Right.
Like, shut up. Deal with your life.
90210 show's official position is don't confess to crimes.
Well, I mean, it's not going to help anything. Trust me, like, going to prison is not going to make your life better.
She knows.
I've never been to prison as a prisoner.
Oh, wow. So. As a conjugal visit.
Oh, God.
Have you?
No!
Oh my God. Your face, you looked caught.
Oh, I worked in a prison.
I know what you were referring to.
But I figured I should, so people don't start thinking that I'm going and like writing to like Manson or something. Like, I had a job in a prison.
Yeah, okay.
So don't go there if you can help it, guys.
I have a correspondence with John Wayne Gacy.
Oh dear God.
Who's your favorite clown? So anyway, so he goes in there and she's like, yeah, I'm the piece of shit or whatever that killed this kid.
Yeah, he's like, that hit and run. She's like, yeah, you got information on the guy. He's like, you're looking at him. But,
And her face.
he doesn't even know. And, I'm so glad that they didn't just say, oh, okay, case closed, because they absolutely could have.
Oh, for sure. And then, so they do paint the comparison or whatever on the paint from his car to the bike or whatever, because apparently this kid was on a bike. And he died. Then he ends up dying. And that's when Donna finds Noah
Again with
drinking again.
With the fucking burning shots again.
This dude has a problem.
Very big problem. And she's like, you're drinking? And he's like, the kid died. He died, Donna. It's over.
It's all my fault.
Yeah. So he's just going to drink himself to death or oblivion or whatever till the cops come, I think he thinks at that point, because he doesn't know he didn't do it yet.
But it turns out they catch the real hit and run person.
Right.
And it wasn't him. And there's some dumpster smashed up or whatever a mile from the club. And he's like, I'm pretty sure that's what I hit. Because he blacked out. What's funny about this entire storyline, so that wraps up that storyline. But what's funny about this entire storyline is he just was arrested for a DUI. Just is still on probation for a DUI. Went into a police station and said, hey, I was drinking and driving again. And I think I might have been the hit and run person. Just because he wasn't the hit and run person, he admitted to another DUI while he's on probation for his DUI.
Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense.
This guy'd be in jail.
Absolutely. He would not be walking around. And he certainly wouldn't have a license anymore.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Just terrible.
So, him and Donna are still fucking together, I guess.
I guess.
She needs to move on. He is no good.
It seemed as if they were breaking up and she was going to go for the lawyer.
Yeah, and that is what I wanted to have happen.
Oh, I could tell that's what you wanted to happen because as he and Kelly kissed, you're like, no! I wanted him for Donna! And it was I could see you holding your dolls in your hand being like, no! No, it's not supposed to be like this!
It's not. They got it all wrong. He's supposed to be with the redhead.
Yeah, I don't know exactly.
Not the blonde.
I don't know what they're gonna do, but anyway, so that's Noah's story. But that's what I was saying. They acted like she was drifting away from him and everything. They were having problems. Even at the beginning of this episode, they were like, oh, I don't know exactly what's going on with us. But then all of a sudden it's just she's there, she's with him. He admitted to maybe killing a kid, and I guess that turns her on because now she's all about him.
Yeah,
and she's not paying attention to the lawyer. She was supposed to give the lawyer dance lessons, and she's like, can't do it.
Yep, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Wait, she said can't do it. She just didn't show up.
No, she didn't want to. She didn't feel like doing it because she was dealing with Noah's bullshit and everything. But it's I don't know. It feels like they start this story thread, and then they're just like, no, fuck it.
Yeah.
They do that a lot.
It's annoying. Get your shit together, 90210 writers.
Yeah. You can edit scripts, right? You're allowed.
Yeah.
You don't have to film the first draft.
Oh, goodness.
But anyway, who do you want to go to next? We've got a little bit of Valerie's storyline. It's small.
Yeah, okay.
We've got a little bit of Kelly's storyline. Well,
there's overlap, really.
There's overlap with Kelly's stuff. There's Steve and Lindsay Price. I think that's her real name. What's her name?
I don't know.
The one he works with.
Oh, yeah. Lindsay. You're right. Janet.
Lindsay's the actress's name.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's Steve and Janet. Then there's David.
Oh, yeah.
David and Mystery Date. Open the door for your jailbait.
Well, that's a pretty quick one.
Oh, wow. Okay, so David didn't last too long. All right, let's go.
Well, no, I mean, he's doing his usual DJing stuff. And
Yeah, but DJs, anybody had their heart broken recently?
Yeah, dudes call in and complain about their problems.
Dudettes call in. And so a dudette calls in.
And I really don't remember, I didn't register that this was an important conversation. I'm just like, whatever, he's working.
I believe her name was Debbie.
Apparently he said something really good to her.
She called in and she's like, "Oh, I'm so distraught because my boyfriend broke up with me. My parents caught us sneaking beers." And he's like, "Oh, sneaking dad's beer, that's never a good idea," or whatever. And she's like, "But then so they forced us to break up, and then my boyfriend's already dating somebody else, and I don't like it," or whatever. And he's like, "You know what? There's only one thing you can do." He looks at a picture of Where's Sophie. Mm-hmm. Apparently she is gone, so
yay.
Clap, clap, clap. Because she did not appear in this episode, but he just looks at the Where's Sophie flyer or whatever. And he's like, "There's only one thing you can do. Move on." And he crumples her picture up. And I guess it's just like a fuck you to that actress.
Right.
And that character's just like, "Move on. You're done."
She's in the pile.
Yeah, exactly. Brandon, it was Brandon's parting gift to David as he left. So, yeah, that's why he went to Washington, to run away from people were on his tail about it, I guess. But he says, yeah, just move on or whatever. And that's his advice. And then we leave it there. So then later,
this chick just walks into his booth.
Blondie.
Where his DJ booth is set up on the floor at the After Dark, which is kind of weird. I mean, like, I guess if he's just DJing for the club, it's not, but he's not. It's like broadcast, so it's kind of weird.
I get it. It's like a live broadcast thing. There are radio stations that do that. They'll broadcast live from some place, and then, like, it hypes up the show, but it also hypes up the place because people are like, "Oh, I want to come and listen to them." Now, they don't normally do it, as far as I know, anyway. They don't normally do it like every single night. But like sports radio stations do it a lot, where they'll be like, "Hey, we're at this bar or whatever. We're broadcasting live. It's a big championship game or whatever, and we're broadcasting live. Come up, have a beer with us. Like talk. You can talk to us or whatever, and like." So it's an interactive thing, and I know that other like music things do that from time to time, especially when there's like a big concert coming up. But this is like more of a gimmicky like thing where it's like this is their kitsch, I guess. I don't know.
Well, what's weird to me about it is again the lack of continuity in the story, where like David used to own this club.
Yes.
And now he works as a DJ in this club. He hates Noah, or at least he used to, who now owns the club.
Right.
And everything's cool with him just being there every day now.
I guess, yeah, they're cool with each other now.
It's like, it just drives me nuts that nothing in this show is permanent.
Yes.
And
nothing really matters.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so he's there. And this blonde chickie walks in, and she's dancing with her drink, and she's got a little mini dress on, and she's like, "Do they give you breaks so you can dance?" He's like, "Yeah, no, they don't."
Yeah, he's like, "No, I actually have to be here the entire time."
And she's like, "Well, then let's just improvise." And she shuts the door and starts dancing at him in his chair.
Right.
Which, like, how hard up do you have to be to fall for that, David?
Yeah, I know. That's pretty...
I mean, those were some bad moves. But, I mean, she's very hot. I will give him that. Huh?
How would you seduce David?
Not like that.
I think David's probably the most attractive one left on the show, right?
Who are our options? We got well, see, Luke Perry's back though. With Dylan,
Sharpay face.
Sharpay face.
Yeah, wrinkles.
She's not. What? Oh wait, okay. You're talking about Dylan. I was thinking about his little sister.
Talking about Luke. Oh my god. No, I'm not talking. I'm not talking about the fucking Cthulhu monster that is his little
Erica.
sister.
Okay, no, I mean, I think he's the hottest, but yeah, I mean, David's definitely the second hottest.
Only because of his personality. Looks-wise, he is not the best looking.
So you think, like, no personality factored in, side by side, Brian Austin Green and Luke Perry, you think Brian Austin Green is the better looking person?
100%.
I feel like there are a lot of women that would side with me. Late fee 1994 at AOL.com. Who is the hottest dude on 90210?
Currently.
No, actually, I would like of all time and currently.
Okay, of all time.
Because we should allow Jason Priestley to be a choice. He's only been gone for an episode.
Okay. So I will say this, not when the show first started. When the show first started, Brian Austin Green was, I don't know, like 16
he
at
was
the
like
time.
Dorky kid.
Like, could not hold a candle to Luke Perry, but now?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, he's very good looking, for sure. But I'm looking, we have a poster from season 1 up.
Oh my God.
And it's hilarious. You know, Luke Perry had a lot fewer wrinkles. And yeah, David looks like
I feel like
he has a curfew.
I feel like I feel like the wrinkles were just airbrushed out, to be completely honest with you. Because I feel like this man was born wrinkled.
Probably.
I think he was born with a Marlboro in his hand and like wrinkles all over his forehead. Anyway, so yeah, she shakes her tushy at him.
And then they wake up in bed the next morning. Or no, he wakes up, she's sneaking out of his house.
And he's like, that's my alarm. I know every time a woman fucks me and leaves. Like it happens so often.
She's like, yeah, I'll call you. He's like, oh, that's one night stand language for you're not going to call me, right? And she goes over to kiss him. She's like, I will call you. Like, most of the time, if a girl has sex with you and then says she'll call you. That's more of a guy move to not call.
All right.
Don't you think?
He did say that he wasn't versed on one night stand stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I would
one
say-
night threesomes, sure, but
Oh yeah, that's right.
with the Marys,
Mary and Mary. Yeah. I think I agree with you that that's probably more accurate. I think it's more of a guy thing to hit it and quit it, as they say.
But he obviously liked her.
I haven't had a ton of one night stands either, so
Yeah, me either. But he obviously liked her because he wanted her to call him.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Wow.
But unfortunately,
Don't let Brian Austin Green hear that. I'm leaving that in.
yeah, please do. I don't give a shit. She leaves her pager
Yeah.
and she gets
So
a
it
page.
turns out she's a drug dealer.
That might have been better for him. She gets a page and he decides to return the call.
Yeah, it's so weird to me. Like, you seem to think that this wasn't as weird as I did, but
I might have done the same thing because he just wants to let the person know she's not getting your message, so they're not waiting for a callback.
I guess. Did it say 911? If it said 911, then maybe I would.
I don't know.
Maybe I'd understand.
But it turns out it is her mother.
Yeah.
Because she's 17.
Yep, and she says that to him. Like, I guess maybe she suspects that he's overage somehow.
Well, he sounds like an adult.
I guess, yeah. But he's like, oh yeah, she's. Do you want me to? I can have her call you or whatever. He goes, is this her roommate?
Yeah.
And she goes, no, it's not. Although technically it kind of is.
Right.
They do live together.
True.
And she's like, no, it's her mom, and she's only 17, so why don't you fucking stay away from her?
Yeah. So then this girl just like breaks immediately under torture and tells her mother everything.
Yeah.
Like, you know that you fucked this guy over. Literally and figuratively.
Yeah, I was going to say both ways.
But yeah, so she tells her mom that they had sex, and then her mom is going to now press charges.
Yeah,
she's talking about
pissed off.
statutory rape. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
If she told her mom the whole truth, then she should understand. I don't know that she did. She says, I told her everything. No, you told her you had sex with him. Did you tell her what you were doing before you had sex with him?
Yeah. Did you tell her that you were asking for it? That's late fees 1994. No. So in order to clarify our position so we don't get letters, I think we both had the thought process that it seems almost entrapment that he met her at a bar where you have to be 21 or older to get in. She did not, so he would presumed that she was at least 21. He didn't ask for ID.
Who does?
It's not, and
She was drinking.
she didn't say she was underage at all.
Right.
So, and it's not like she looked. The actress probably isn't underage,
No.
but it's not like she looked underage either. So it's not like she was 14.
Yeah.
She's 1 year away from being legal, and there's a lot of 17-year-olds that could pass for 21.
Sure. And she's one of them. So it's not fair to press charges. It's not like he was hanging out by like the high school
Right.
looking to pick up young girls.
Exactly. He wasn't Matthew McConaughey saying like, "No, what I love about high school girl,
What the fuck?
I keep getting older and they stay the same age. All right, all right, all right."
Is that an actual quote?
That's a quote from that's from Dazed and Confused.
I don't remember that.
That's like one of the first, when he was the creepy dude in Dazed and Confused. Yeah, it was like, I think that was the first movie I ever saw him in.
Did he say all right, all right, all right?
Yeah, I think that's where that started.
Really?
Yes, because he says that exact thing I just said.
Interesting.
I keep getting older, they stay the same age. All right.
Ew.
Yeah.
Anyway, so David's got some serious problems. He decides to go because, like, the girl calls and tells him that this is what's happened.
Yeah.
And he takes her pager to her house, knocks on the door. Her mother answers.
And he's like, wow, I see where she gets her good looks from. Can we have sex? To try to stop her from, being mad at him.
Okay, he does not.
Oh.
But he's like, hey, if you'll listen to me for just a minute, I want to explain things. She's like, you can explain it to a judge.
Yeah, you're a rapist.
Statutory rape.
She shuts the door on him. So, all of a sudden, as you pointed out, it's so funny to me. All of a sudden, now that they know a lawyer, they all have legal problems.
Yes.
Because he's like, hey, man, let me just talk to you for a second. He's like, so suppose that this happened. He's like, well, I don't know. You can, that could be bad. Statutory rape. And he's like, yeah, but, and he tells him the circumstance. He's like, nah, jury probably not going to believe you or whatever. He's basically saying you're probably fucked over.
Which is awful.
In reality, I don't think, if this happened, and maybe this probably has happened a lot, in reality, I just don't see it. I mean, this happened to Rob Lowe.
Who's Rob Lowe?
Rob Lowe, the actor from The Outsiders.
Nope.
And Wayne's World.
Okay, who was he in Wayne's World?
He was the skeezy agent guy, the guy that tricks them into he tricks them out of Wayne's World, their show.
Okay,
The antagonist.
So this happened to him.
Yeah, in real life it happened to he met some woman at a bar or whatever. She was 16.
So not a woman.
A girl. She was 16. He was 24 or something like that. And he recorded himself having sex with her.
Why?
And then
that's stupid because now there's proof.
And then that tape got out.
Oh no.
Yeah, it really hurt his career for quite a long time. But I don't believe he went to jail because she was portraying being this age.
Yeah. Yeah,
he was also a rich celebrity, and that has something to do with it too. Sure, but
yeah, I think it matters a lot how much a guy actually knows before they have sex with the girl.
I think that we're not for underage girls getting fucked by guys.
No, I'm just saying I'm just saying that it does matter if there's intent. There was no intent for statutory rape here.
Given the set of circumstances as they exist.
Yeah.
I think he has a lot of plausible deniability. And he's 22 and she's 17.
It's 5 years difference. It's no big deal.
It's not that bad.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, it's not great, but it's not like I said, it's not like she's 14. If they really wanted to go bulge, they'd say she was 14 or 15. And then that would be gross.
Yeah. My grandma was 5 years older than my grandpa, and I didn't think there was anything wrong with that.
Yeah. Was he 16 and she was 21 or something?
No, but he came home from the war. Which war, I don't really know. And he was
World War I.
And he was in
Civil War.
Probably World War II. I don't know. It was
that's why he always referred to it as the war.
Okay, so
I was in the war. Which one? All of them.
Okay, so my mom was born in the 50s.
Sure.
And she was their youngest child, and they had several. So I'm thinking they got together in the 40s?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So which war? World War II, right?
Yes.
Okay, so he came home from the war, and he walks into church. And my grandmother said that she saw him in his uniform, and she felt so glad to see him. And realized that she had missed him, even though she hadn't realized it before.
Oh,
when he'd been gone. And
were they dating before that?
No, they just knew each other.
Okay.
But yeah, she saw him and she was just like, "Oh my gosh, it's him!" And she was all excited to see him.
The boy I used to babysit for in a uniform.
And while he was gone, she'd been married and divorced.
Oh my gosh!
So I don't know. I'm guessing anyway. He was probably, since he was coming home, probably 21, and she was 26 or something. I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Not 21 and 26 for sure.
So 17, 22, a little different.
Yeah. It's a little different, yeah. Anyway, so that's what's going on with him, we don't know. That will continue later, I'm sure.
David has bad luck with the ladies. That's what's going on.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them do. Steve got accused of rape, too, remember?
Yeah. Yep.
By some girl that tried to kill herself. Back when the show was watchable.
Yeah. And speaking of Steve,
yeah,
him and Janet are having all kinds of sex.
Yeah, they are. And this was hilarious. She wants to be a bed buddy.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to say fuck buddies.
Yeah, what is up with that?
That's
because it's TV. Yeah.
That's what we all know it as.
Yeah.
Fuck buddies. But she calls it bed buddies.
But she's coming up with all these weird rules about it. She's like, we can't do anything that would be emotional or relationship-like.
Yeah, we can only have sex. It's purely physical. And she's dating some other guy. She says. I don't think there's another guy. But she says she's dating some dude named Andy. And she's like, yeah, he's taking me out to dinner and a movie or whatever. I should be home around 11. You be ready.
Yeah, like, it's stupid. There is obviously no Andy.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, how would you feel to be Andy?
Awful.
Right? You're paying all the money, getting her all revved up and stuff, and then she goes and fucks some other guy.
And, like, they run into each other at the video store because she's supposed to be on a date with Andy, and she's not.
And she's like, oh, yeah, there was something came up.
And then she was renting Dave, which, by the way, is a good movie.
Yeah, Dave.
And
Kevin Kline's Dave.
Steve was like, "Oh, I love that movie. Let's watch it together since your date fell through."
And she's
and
like,
she
no,
won't watch it with him. She will only have sex with him. What the fuck is wrong with you, Janet?
And he's like, "Oh, I thought you wanted to keep emotion out of it." And she's like, "Yeah, that's what I'm doing." She's like, he goes, "Then why do you hate me so much?"
It's a good fucking question. But I know why she hates him so much because he made her feel bad about herself before when they went on a date. And now they're having sex, and she doesn't want to make herself vulnerable, so she gets hurt again by him.
Well, that's essentially what she says later, because they're talking about it in he's also her boss, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But they talk about it at the Blaze or whatever. What's it called? The Beverly Beat?
Yeah.
The Blaze was their school
college
newspaper.
Or high school, yeah.
High school paper. But, so, yeah, they're at the Beverly Beat, and he's talking about it, and she's like, look, I don't want to date because if we did, then one of us would get hurt. And she goes, probably me. And they share this like longing look or whatever. And we just leave it there. But I want them to get together.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she's being a little stupid. I mean, I get where she was coming from, but it's like after a certain amount of times that you've had sex and the guy's begging to date you, just date him.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's trying to act like she's some tough, hot shit, and she's not.
Wow.
Well, I'm just saying, like, she doesn't want her heart to be involved, but it is anyway. It doesn't matter if you watch Dave with him or not. Getting in bed with him, you've got all the oxytocin or whatever.
Right, exactly.
You know, that's the dangerous part, not the movie.
That's true, I guess. Do they hold each other afterwards?
I bet not.
Yeah, that's dangerous. Don't do that. I don't let Kara hold me.
Hey, now.
That's how they get attached, everyone.
Yeah, just get the fuck out, kick him out of bed, and then you'll be all good.
Yeah, that's why we got married. Because I let her hold me once.
One time.
So yeah, that's their storyline. Pretty quick. Valerie's is the stupidest storyline in the show.
Valerie just decides that she is going to host Thanksgiving dinner at the Walsh house.
Yeah, she wants to host Thanksgiving dinner. She's telling everybody about it. Mm-hmm. But Brandon has some shit at the house. Mm-hmm. And Kelly's like, I'll come over and help you. He wants it mailed to him, so I'll come over and help you. I'll pick it up. And they're looking through all the stuff, and Valerie's like, oh, look, love letters. You know, look at this. And she's like, I remember sending this one to him. I remember sending this one to him. And then Kelly goes, this one's from you. And she goes, I didn't send him any love letters. And she opens it up, and she's like, oh, Brandon, don't fucking marry Kelly. It's a really bad idea. And I'm a bitch. And that's what it says.
Basically.
And Valerie's like, I'm sorry that I wrote that, Kelly. And Kelly's like, fuck you. You're the one that convinced him not to marry me. It's all your fault.
Which is so stupid.
No, it's not.
It's so stupid because Kelly and him both decided not to marry each other at the same fucking time.
She was having more doubts than him.
Right?
He wasn't admitting the doubts. Do they not remember their own episodes?
They do not. They piss me off so bad.
She's the one that walked out of her thing first and then saw him. And he was like, just the fact that he was asking people, hey, should I marry Kelly? right before they got married, just because just the fact of him asking, that's a bad sign.
Right.
What she said did not cause them not to get married.
No, absolutely
If he
not.
wanted to get married and she wanted to get married, they would have been married.
Exactly.
No matter what Valerie or anybody else said. And everyone acts like, oh, it's Valerie's fault then, I guess. And Donna says to her, you know what? Brandon was your guardian angel or whatever. He'd clean up your messes. I guess I'd stop messing up or look for some new friends. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Awful.
I want to know, though, why it's in writing. I mean, obviously it's just for the plot, but, like, they're not in high school. They're not passing notes. They fucking lived together.
Yeah.
They could have had a conversation without it being documented on stationery.
By the way, they did have conversations about this.
Yeah.
In the lead up to those episodes.
Correct.
And whatever. And, like, she even said... Like, Valerie said to her face one time in the bar or whatever, like, you know, I don't think you guys should get married or whatever.
This was not a secret. She was not like, oh, yeah, I totally, heart Brandon and Kelly together. She was not about it.
Yeah. So they totally blow this out of proportion to give a plausible reason why she'd leave.
And so then everybody's like, we're not going to Thanksgiving anymore. But they don't even tell her.
Kelly.
She runs into...
Kelly says... I'm going to have Thanksgiving, and I want everyone to come to my place for Thanksgiving. It's not like everyone else is like, oh, fuck her. Like, maybe Donna's in on it with Kelly, too, but that's it, because I don't think anybody else knew that she was planning on having Thanksgiving. But Kelly, like, goes behind her back and snakes Thanksgiving away from her.
Yeah, so she luckily runs into David in the store, and he says something, because she's buying the stuff for Thanksgiving. He's like, Kelly's doing Thanksgiving. She's like, what? Mm-hmm. And then she gets mad and throws all her shit in his cart, which is kind of dumb because he didn't do it and he's not the one throwing Thanksgiving. So why?
Right. But then, yeah, when he comes home and talks to Kelly, he's like, hey, how come you didn't tell me Valerie was having a party too or whatever? And she's like, it didn't come up, you know. And he's like, and then, this is the stupidest thing ever too. He's like, yeah, you know, like, you don't understand what she's been through or whatever. He's like, she's a fucking bitch or whatever. And he's like, yeah, but you don't know why she's a bitch. He's like, yeah, she was raped by her dad until over and over until she killed her.
Killed him, yeah. Why would he tell her that? Like, when he said that, like, what is wrong with you? Because, like,
not his place
she's
to tell.
her enemy.
Yeah.
You don't tell her enemy that she killed her dad. Mm-hmm. Yeah, not his place, but also it's like, you're giving an ammunition to an enemy.
Right, no shit. But instead, Kelly's like, oh, okay, that makes everything that she did fine, and now I want to be your friend. It was just a stupid thing to make them reconcile and be friendly to each other before she left the show. Because they didn't want them to part as enemies.
Who gives a shit?
They wanted them to part as friends.
They should have parted as enemies. They've been enemies the whole time. Every time they're not enemies, it's fake as fuck.
Because they didn't want people to have the taste that we have in our mouths anyway. Because I think they completely underestimate their audience. But they didn't want to have the people that have the taste in the mouth, oh, Kelly won. Kelly drove her off. Kelly's actually a villain. And like they want people to be like, no, Kelly's the one we love and everything because she's the pretty star of the show. Yeah, I know. I like her character is completely irredeemable now. And I don't know. I'm really curious. I don't know if the writers know that. I don't know if the writers realize that they made Kelly a bad person and a bad character, or if they think, if their heads are so far up their asses that they think, oh, Kelly's a good character and Kelly's right. Of the stuff that she's doing, she's right, and everyone else is wrong. That's
I don't know.
Not how it comes across.
Yeah, she's got top bill now in the credits too, which is ridiculous.
And that's what I'm saying. She's supposed to be like our protagonist, our point of view character or whatever. And that's my question. And I want to know if Jenny Garth thinks that her character is justified.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to know the behind the scenes of how much do they actually understand? Do they know what they've done or do they not know what they've done and think they've done right?
I don't know.
Because they haven't, because her character is terrible.
It's a good question.
I mean, as far as like characters that I actually care about left on the show, I think David, and maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Even Donna's like, Donna's fine. Like, her character's not a bitch or, like, horrible or anything like that. But she's also just kind of vanilla and, like, go with what... Like, she should have been broken up with Noah a long time ago.
Well, she's, like, deeply fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like when she was in the abusive relationship with Ray. Now she's in, like, a fucked up relationship with Noah. I wouldn't say abusive, but it's not good.
No, it's not good.
So, sorry for all the coughing there, guys.
It's all right. I don't forgive you, but maybe they will.
So Kelly shows up at Valerie's with the stuff to cook Thanksgiving, and Valerie literally throws her turkey back outside the
I know,
house.
that's hilarious.
And Kelly has the gall to tell her, I know what happened with you and your father, and that's why I decided to do this. Like,
and she's like, oh, so this is the pity party or whatever? Fuck you.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And then, like, Valerie's just sitting there eating pie at night, and they all show up.
It's Thanksgiving. Not just at night. It's Thanksgiving night.
Yeah, but they all show up at the dinner anyway. They, like, cooked it and brought it over.
And she's like, you wouldn't, so I'm just helping you or whatever. And she's like, oh, look at all of Brandon's stuff. And she's like, yeah, it's not Brandon's stuff. Yeah. And that's when we realized she's leaving too. And that's when I started to get sad.
Maybe she should go be with Brandon. Don't go live with your fucked up mom. Go be with Brandon.
Yeah, just tell us that story. Like, oh, I'm fucking Brandon now, or whatever.
Well, you know what? They had good chemistry until they decided to be like, oh, no, you're like brother and sister. We laughed when we saw each other naked.
That was so, yeah.
Yeah, they should have been together.
Like, anyone could laugh seeing Tiffany Amber Thiessen naked.
Exactly.
I think I'd weep.
Are we missing anybody? I think that was it. Oh, then Luke Perry comes in.
Yeah.
At the very end. That's
which we already talked about.
David walks Valerie out to the car. He's the only one who gives a shit that she's leaving for real.
The lawyer and Kelly kind of have a thing like where she's teaching him to dance.
Yeah.
It's very short, but she's teaching him to dance, and she's like, "Oh, I thought you were a jerk at first." And then, like we said, at the Thanksgiving dinner, right before Luke Perry comes in, they kiss.
Yeah.
And then we got Luke Perry.
And then Luke Perry's looking at her, and like she's just kissing the other guy. So it's like now she's gonna have both of them after her, just like she had Brandon after her. So like the lawyer's the replacement for Brandon, and now that Brandon's gone, Dylan decided, oh, I'm gonna try to get Kelly back. But you're with Brenda. Right. You went to Europe with Brenda.
Yeah, you were supposed to be like with Brenda, living together and everything.
Married,
like,
I think even.
I don't remember if they got married or not. I don't think they got married, but
I don't know.
But they were fucking for sure.
I mean, we'll find out, I guess, what happened eventually, but it's a little annoying.
We are forgetting one thing.
Donna's
realized.
cousin.
Yeah, Donna's cousin, the new addition.
I don't like her, but she's supposed to be replacing Valerie. Yeah,
she's good looking.
Sure, she's not as hot as Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
No, of course
she's got some big ass shoes to fill, and she ain't gonna do it.
No.
But she is jealous because Donna's rich, and she's like from the other side of the tracks or whatever.
Yeah, her basic setup is that she was around all the time during their high school years, but we never saw her.
Because she didn't go to their school.
Yeah, but she says that, like, oh, her mom's jealous of her or whatever. But it turns out that her mom, who is Donna's mom's sister, and her are both jealous of the life of the sister and the cousin. And she wants to steal that life. Because she says, he's like, at one point she's talking to Noah, and he's like, why'd you fall for the wrong guy or whatever in 8th grade? And she's like, because Donna fell for him first. Mm-hmm. And then I had to have him, kind of thing. And she wants to take Noah away from Donna. That's her thing.
Yeah, so one time throughout the episode when when Noah's drunk, she like gets him alone. And she's supposed to be driving him home or something. But
takes him to the carnival.
Yeah. And then she takes him in a photo booth. And he's, like, obviously out of it. Like, his face is, like, he's drunk as hell. And she, like, does poses where, like, she's, like, kissing his cheek. And, they're looking at each other and stuff. Because she wants to make Donna jealous.
I thought originally that she was going to... Because she puts this is very confused.
Yeah.
She puts the photos on his chest when he's sleeping. Because he has a place, he has a room at Donna's now.
When the fuck that happened?
We don't know, but I think they share a room. I don't know, because they talk about the 3 bedrooms, and she's like, hey, I was thinking maybe my cousin could have the 3rd bedroom if she decided to stay. So it seems like, they must be sleeping in the same bedroom then. But anyway, I thought, oh, okay, so she wants Donna to see the pictures and be jealous and be like, fuck you, Noah, and break up with her or whatever. But then she takes the photos and keeps them to herself, and doesn't show her the ones where they're kissing, and then keeps them keeps them with her. So it's like and pretends like she can't find them. So it's like she changed her mind. I don't know.
Yeah, the whole thing's weird. She's weird. I don't understand what her deal is.
She's introduced a lot like Valerie was, kind of, because she's a ice skating person that almost made the Olympics or whatever, and then she gets fired from her job because she's too much of a diva, and then she lies and says, yeah, I quit my job. And then her agent drops her because she's got a bad reputation around town. And she's like, yeah, I had to fire my agent. And, like, she's just lying about all this stuff that's down in her luck stuff.
Right.
But, yeah, there's not a lot happens with her other than the setup of her apparently wanting to steal Donna's life. But I don't know. We'll see. She's in the opening credits, so I guess she's going to be around for a while.
I guess.
I don't know why these people think that they have to replace characters when they decide to leave. Like, just let them leave.
We started with 8. I think there's still 8. I think they think that's the magic number.
I guess. It's not.
No. No, it is not.
Because there's too many storylines now. Mm-hmm. People's lives are too complicated.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
It is. So I'm very interested to see what's going to happen with Dylan. I'm glad they brought him back.
I was interested in there were interesting things that happened in the episode. I'm bummed that they got rid of Tiffany Amber Thiessen. Mm-hmm. This new girl, we'll see. I don't know. I don't. If I had faith in them doing something interesting with her character, I would be more hopeful, I think. But I really just don't think they're going to do anything interesting with her.
Yeah.
But that is the episode. Everyone.
It is. So, again, you can write us at latefee1994@AOL.com. Mm-hmm. Let us know which dude you think is the hottest.
That's right. Brandon or Brandon.
Check out our website at www.retrolatefee.com. Mm-hmm. You can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/retrolatefee.
Absolutely.
And share the tapes with your friends.
All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.